across the vast sweep of history of the galaxy, the many races out there, right? Many, many times well-meaning cultures have found primitive cultures and said, well, let's give them the wheel. Let's give them communication technology. Let's help them develop vaccines or cure for a disease or whatever. Yes? In every single one of those experiences, it's gone horribly wrong. Because the development of a species is a very, very subtle thing, with a lot of calculations, a lot of mathematics involved. And every species, no matter how advanced, no matter how many details they've mapped out, no matter how much they've tried, they've ended up either causing the destruction of that young race or setting it back substantially in its progress by trying to help. At this point, as I understand it, it is a given amongst the sentient races of the galaxy that you don't mess with cultures that are going from their Stone Age to their sentience. Once they hit sentience and they're able to actually get out and be part of the galactic community, then you can teach them to behave like grown-ups, not to throw their shit at one another, how to communicate, how to, not be racist and stupid. You can teach them once they're out there, but until they make that step, it's immensely dangerous to interfere. So that there is a large group from many different worlds watching this world right now is not strange. It is a fascinating time. And whether humanity will destroy itself or actually reach sentience remains to be seen. Right? But they will not interfere, even to stop a war or to stop a disease. Say mankind created some sort of retrovirus or plague or disease that wiped out 98% of humans. They would not stop it. They would not bring the cure. Because clearly it seems like the right thing to do to save all those lives. But history, over a vast number of civilizations, has shown that every time they try, they make it worse. This is the reason we don't have aliens landing on the lawn of the White House or the Kremlin or talking to Queen Victoria. They will not interfere directly because things go wrong. And so nobody is smart enough and good enough with the calculations to change the way a species evolves from the Stone Age to sentience. I have done so. And I have continued to do so, and I do so to this moment. And at the risk of sounding arrogant, I can do math at a level that nothing else out there in the galaxy can. Perhaps there are one or two out there that can do some of the things I can do. I can do the math and make the minor adjustments. I can go back in time and change things. Contrary to popular belief, time travel is not as common as space travel. It's just not. And so, the others, they do not interfere. However, there may be cases where they can interfere without being discovered. Where, given a sufficient majority vote of this galactic federation, they may intervene. There is a mythology with possibly some video evidence, but no certainty, that when Chernobyl spilled its garbage all over the world, that there were ships seen hovering above it, UFOs. And some indication by experts has been made since that the amount of nuclear pollution that came out of Chernobyl was far less than was expected, and nobody's exactly sure why. There have been some people who have said that they have seen UFOs hovering over nuclear silos, and something that nobody will comment on officially, but unofficial comment saying that some of the nuclear weapons of the world have been neutered, their payload taken out, they can no longer work. Right? So there are hints that maybe there's some meddling. And I feel that these supercomputer cubes that the ancient Sumerians and Babylonians called the May, I feel that at least one of them, the one that allowed the US to get into space and land a person on the moon and run the risk of the discovery of the watchers there, the ones who aren't ready to be discovered because it would likely destroy the future of your planet, that they did something there, that they came in and took that cube or deactivated it so that it no longer works. If it's still here, it's a paperweight. I do not say that this happened. I simply offer it as one possibility as to why we see the progress graph from World War II up into the late 70s and then dropping off since then. That in order to keep their present secrets, they may well have